Good afternoon and welcome to the Unnamed Sports Show here on the Sports Talkline Network, where we talk sports 24/7, 365. I am your host, Joshua Griffith, and on today's show, we have a fantastic treat for you Vancouver Canucks fans. First pick in the 2020 NHL entry draft this year, defenseman Joni Jurmo is my guest today. So his season just got delayed a bit by COVID. But he was kind enough to chat with me this morning and talk about his season and getting drafted by the Canucks. And so I know we hockey fans are waiting to hear about the season, and hopefully this kind of fills some of your hockey needs. Before we get to the interview, want to make sure that you like the video. Subscribe down at the bottom to the Sports Talkline channel, of course. Follow me on Twitter at Joshua Griffith0. Also, go ahead and hit that big blue button down at the bottom. That'll get you a lot of other great perks. You can connect with us. Did you want to maybe ask Joni a question today? Because if you join, then that's kind of a possibility. You can kind of pitch us questions and we'll ask them to some of our guests, and we'll make you interactive on the show. And also, it's a completely interactive show, so make sure you comment as we go along with things that you like about the interview. Maybe comments on Joni, and then we'll talk at the end about some Vancouver Canucks. So, the reason you're here, of course, is the interview with Vancouver Canucks prospect Joni Jurmo. So we'll get into my conversation with him right now. So very happy to be joined now on the Unnamed Sports Show by Vancouver Canucks first selection in the 2020 National Hockey League entry draft, Joni Jurmo. Joni, thanks for joining me today.
Yeah, no problem. Absolutely.
First and foremost, is your family staying safe and healthy during all these difficult times?
Yeah, they live in Espoo and they are all healthy and doing well.
And that's the town you were born in, right?
Yeah.
Good. Okay. So, Joni, there's lots of Canucks fans out there that want to get to know you a bit better. I got some real questions for you, and then we'll get into some fun stuff at the end, if that's okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you started your hockey career at a young age, and you credit your dad for being a really big influence in your life. How did he push you? And if you have a specific hockey story with your dad from when you were younger?
Well, he didn't push me into hockey. He just let me test every sport, and I played a lot of sports when I was younger. But immediately, I fell in love with hockey, and that's what I like to do my whole life.
Joni, what are some of the other sports that you played when you were a kid?
There are many. I played soccer, bandy. I wrestled for a while. A lot of ball games, different ball games.
Really? You were a wrestler for a bit?
Yeah, but that didn't work out so well. But
no, well, you can kind of see the physicality translate onto the ice. So
yeah.
You extraordinarily strong skater. You have a lot of offensive upside. You scored 5 goals, adding 23 assists for the Jokerit U18 team. What kind of made you decide to go as a defenseman?
Just try to play a all-around well defensive game. Just try to use my size as an advantage and stuff like that. When I get stronger, and because I'm pretty tall now, but I'm pretty lanky, I need to gain some strength and everything like that. So I think it comes with time and with work.
Yeah, absolutely. So joined now by Joni Jurmo, Canucks first pick in the 2020 entry draft. How was that experience for you when the Canucks drafted you in the 3rd round, 82nd overall? Could you just talk about the moment and your thoughts about being drafted to the Vancouver organization?
Well, I was here in Jyväskylä, and unfortunately, I wasn't able to be with my family. But I had a couple of friends here and teammates over at my place, and we just watched the draft. And we watched it from the beginning of the 2nd round, and it was just nerve-wracking. And just really exciting. And finally, when my name was called, I think it was like a big relief and I was really excited and honored after that.
Yeah, because you were, you expected a little bit, or expected to go a little bit higher in the draft. So Canucks fans were pretty happy when you fell to us at 82nd. So, were you reached out right away by the Canucks organization?
Yeah, I spoke with a lot of the like members of the organization, and I felt very like warmly welcomed, and they have helped me a lot since the draft now with my game and everything.
That's good to hear. So you play a very physical game, from what I've seen. How do you think this is going to translate to the North American game? And do you feel that some aspects of the Finnish Liiga maybe hinder your game when it comes to your physicality?
Yeah, I think I need to get them much stronger still, so I can battle much harder and like glue guys to the boards faster and get the puck up the ice, and so we can attack more. But yeah, I think the Finnish Liiga is quite like a defensive league. We don't score that many goals here, so it's not that easy to score a lot of points. So we need to focus more on the defensive side, and I think that's pretty good for me because I need to improve in that area a lot.
Speaking on that, your physicality, I want to bring up a recent misconduct that you received for headbutting. I mean, you had a good chuckle about this one. We kind of talked about you trying to find a line as you move forward. For a young Finnish kid, where is that line, Joni?
Well, yeah, about the headbutt, I think that was not. I shouldn't have gotten a penalty for that for the first of all, but that's nothing I can do about anymore. But yeah, just I need to find a line between not getting like penalties and still play very tough and also get under the skin of the opponents.
Is that something that you like to do? Get under the skin of the guys you're playing against?
Yeah, I enjoy it.
Yeah, you can kind of tell as your face kind of lights up. You get a little bit of a smile there.
Yeah, but I still enjoy much more scoring goals and stuff like that.
Yeah, you can definitely see that on your ice too. So that's kind of something that I wanted to praise you for here. Obviously, physical. You're a really great skater, and you have really great edge work for a young age. It's a big part of your game, obviously. As being the size of a baby giraffe, the ability to shift out of pressure and make a play. How much have you focused on looking at the way the new NHL is trending with defensemen?
Yeah, a lot of the new young defensemen in NHL, I don't think, not many of them are bad skaters. All of them can move really well up and down the ice, and just they have great edge work and everything. And I think that's really important nowadays in hockey and NHL. So that's something I want to work on even more.
You look at just like a teammate of yours now, Quinn Hughes, and then also somebody that I know you have a great relationship, Miro Heiskanen, are perfect examples of kind of new age defensemen.
Yeah, definitely. They're really good skaters.
I know you have a great relationship with Miro. Could you talk a bit about just kind of what his rise has meant for you and your guys' relationship off the ice?
Well, we're not that good like friends off the ice because he's like pretty much older than me, but we're still like spoken with each other and stuff like that, and train in the summers. And I just try to gain as much information from him as I can. Just suck up all the information and try to use that as my advantage.
That's good to hear, because in everything you do, you always have to be trying to absorb and learn as much as you can.
Yeah.
So Joni, I'm not going to praise you without ripping you a little bit as well. So, headbutt me if you feel the need. But you said that you kind of need to work on your defensive game in the box. Well, what do you mean by this, and how can you improve upon it?
I think I need to become, like I said earlier, I need to become a lot stronger. Just become more like when I become more stronger, I get more confident in boxing out opponents, so they can't get in front of the net and stuff like that. So that's my biggest improvement area.
What do you think your biggest upside is, or what do you bring to your team when you play?
Skating and breakouts.
Yeah. Do you feel, are you more comfortable passing it out, or skating, or do you have no problem with either?
Depends on the situation.
Well, that's good. That's good that you can look at that and figure it out. That if I need to pass it out, I'll do that. If I need to skate it out, I'll do that.
Yeah.
So I know you've been in touch with the Vancouver Canucks prospect development coach, Chris Higgins. What have those conversations kind of been like, and what do the Canucks want you to work on in the offseason? Well, your off season, but their off season is.
Yeah, Chris has gone through my shifts, and then he sends me like emails of my shifts and tells me like what I need to do better and what he sees that I can do better. And I think those have helped me a lot. And he's just a good guy all around and just tries to help me in my career a lot.
And how has it been taking the jump up to the Finnish men's league, the first league?
Yeah, well, from the Finnish juniors, it's I think it's pretty big jump, but I think I've managed it pretty well. I think it's like much more organized hockey, and if you do like even a small mistake, it shows right on the scoreboard. So you need to be much more like better with the puck and stuff like that. So.
Well, we've kind of seen it with some, other Canucks players. Obviously, Elias Pettersson with his time in the Swedish League and then moving to the NHL. What is the timeline kind of looking for you? I mean, obviously the things shutting down in the Finnish League, it doesn't help, but are you and your agent kind of maybe eyeing a move to the AHL or the Utica Comets when their season starts?
And yeah, well, not. I don't think. I think I'm gonna play like probably the next 2 years here, because I'm not nearly ready to come over there. But like when I'm 100% mentally and physically ready, I think I'm gonna be pretty good to make that jump there. So if it's gonna be AHL, then I'm gonna play AHL, or if they want me to play in the NHL, that would be just great then. Yeah.
Well, that's good. Okay, so Joni, let's get into a little bit more fun stuff, and let's help Canucks fans get to know you a little bit better. I know one thing they're gonna absolutely love is your hair, because Canucks fans love their hockey players' hair. So I'm glad you didn't wear a hat in this interview.
Yeah.
So Teemu Selanne, is he your favorite hockey player?
When I was younger, yeah, but not anymore.
No, who's your favorite hockey player now?
I would say Miro Heiskanen.
Yeah, that's a pretty good choice. You watched. Did you get to see Teemu any in live or in person when you were younger?
Yeah, he was. He played in the same junior organization as I played when I was like this tall. So sometimes he went to the rink and I saw him, but I don't have any kind of relationship with him.
Is your is the team, is it just like shrines of Teemu Selanne all over everywhere, or what?
Well, no, sometimes, yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, I know up in I'm in on Vancouver Island here in British Columbia, so just a short ferry ride over from Vancouver. And I know up in one of the towns, Rod Brind'Amour from the Carolina Hurricanes, he played up there, and the whole arena, it's just like a shrine to Rod Brind'Amour. So what is your favorite hockey moment that you've had so far in your career?
I would say the NHL draft, definitely. Yeah. Because ever since I've heard of it, it has been a big dream of mine to get drafted, and I've just worked towards it my last 2 to 3 years. So
obviously, growing up in Finland, when did the NHL kind of get on your radar?
Well, ever since I heard of it, I don't remember when I heard of it first, but I think I watched the draft here in Finland the last like probably 6 to 7 years.
That's awesome. Okay, so you kind of talked about some of the other sports you like. I cover the Vancouver Whitecaps, which is a soccer team here in Vancouver. You mentioned soccer as another sport you liked. Do you follow it now or?
No, I don't follow it that much, but sometimes when like big games here in Europe, I like to watch them. And Finland is a pretty big soccer country, so
Yes,
yeah,
it is.
Even though they're not that good at it, but
hey, don't worry, Canada's not good at soccer either, even though we're starting to get up there. But we have our hockey, so.
Yeah.
I noticed you have a really strong passion and desire to win. What drives that?
Just thinking about the future and like playoffs and everything, and just being with the great guys and just wanting to feel the moment of winning and everything.
Good to hear. You really set the bar high for yourself. So
yeah.
I know you haven't had a chance to check out Vancouver, but what have you heard about the city?
That it reminds a little bit of Finland, like the climate, but that it's a pretty big city and the winters are pretty nice. And I've seen some videos of the Christmas lights there, and it looks pretty cool.
Yeah, they have. They're starting to get things set up now with the big Christmas tree in Robson Square, and all the arenas light up, and the adjacent arena to the hockey arena lights up pretty much every night there. So it's a very nice town.
Sounds nice.
What have you heard about the team?
That it's a pretty young team and just the future Stanley Cup contender, and just play a pretty fast-paced hockey, and it's pretty nice to watch.
Good. So I heard that you said that your favorite animal is a leopard. I want to give you a fun fact about a leopard. Did you know that it can carry twice its weight up into a tree?
No, I didn't know that.
Well, now you do. And Joni, can you carry twice your weight on the ice?
I think so, yeah.
Good to hear.
if I'm mad enough or angry enough.
Yeah, good. And I know I have made several animal references. Yes. So I heard also that you're a bit of a gamer. Depending on what games you're playing right now, you could fit very well into the Canucks, as they got some Warzone going on with Adam Gaudette, and PD's been getting in there as well. What games are you playing right now?
The new Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Not much anything else, but yeah.
I'm not that big of a gamer. My roommate is, so I can tell how fun it is, because he just yells from his room sometimes, and I can hear it when he gets good kills. So
yeah.
So thank you so much for joining me today, Joni. As we move along into the season, your season, when it comes back on, hopefully, I'd love to have you back on the show and chat again.
Yeah, surely. Sounds good.
Okay, and so before I let you go, could you tell Canucks fans maybe something about yourself that they don't already know?
I don't like Coca-Cola.
You don't like Coca-Cola?
No, I hate it.
Are you a Pepsi fan, or are you just not pop?
No, I don't like soda at all.
You know what? Cheers to that, because I do not either. I'm a big coffee guy, so.
Yeah, I just much rather drink juice or water.
There you go. So, Joni Jurmo, Canucks first pick in the 2020 draft here on the Unnamed Sports Show. Thank you again for chatting with me, Joni.
Thank you.
All right. So I hope that everyone enjoyed that interview with Joni Jurmo, Vancouver Canucks prospect, first pick by them in the 2020 NHL entry draft, third round, 82nd overall. It was an absolute blast to chat with him. We chatted a little bit before in the green room, and then a little bit after. and that the kid's got some personality. So it'll be nice to see him maybe make the step to the NHL or the AHL in the next couple of years. You know, we kind of talked about his timeline, moving on from things and kind of playing in the Finnish League for a couple more years. So that will be good to see. Again, yeah, it was an absolute pleasure having him on. You know, kind of happy to move into more Canucks stuff for you Canucks fans, as I know there's lots of you out there, and you love getting to know all your draft picks, as I do as well. So that was great stuff. As the Canucks go for this season, lots of stuff coming out. There was that article. I think it was, I don't know who it was, Darren Drager, I think, but the one ranking all the Canadian teams if they were going to do a Canadian conference, and Vancouver did not fare well in that. But hey, you got to look at it. You know, last year the Vancouver Canucks were on the bubble of making a playoffs, and the reason they got into the playoffs was because we had a bubble and they beat the Minnesota Wild. Yeah, they were one game away from the Western Conference Finals, but you know, you kind of have to look at it in perspective, and I mean, and think, you know, they lost some pieces, and they're going to have some players that are going to get better, like Quinn Hughes, Elias Pettersson, but you know, fighting for the playoffs is probably what this team is going to be. So, again, want to thank my guest Joni Jurmo for joining me. Going to try and get you guys some more Canucks coverage as we go forward here, and as the NHL finds some way to get back into things. So we were hoping for January 1st. Doesn't look like that. Maybe February 15th, maybe the end of February, but who knows? So I want to thank everyone for joining me here on the Unnamed Sports Show on the Sports Talkline Network, where we talk sports 24/7, 365. Make sure you hit that like button down at the bottom, subscribe, hit the big blue join button, get those extra perks, all that stuff. Make sure to tune into all of our other great shows. We're going to be covering the NFL this weekend, of course. Spinksy's got his college football show. Tom has his NCAA basketball show. We have the Saved by the Bell Ring guys that are going to be covering Arsenal and all year, regardless of the results. So make sure to tune in to all those, and tune to the Unnamed Sports Show. So I have been your host, Joshua Griffith, and as always, remember to love sports, all sports.